Hey guys! I'm just getting ready for the day and I thought that I would show you my 5 steps to concealing my under eye circles. Now, because this isn't the best camera and it's kind of some weird lighting, it's a very bad gloomy day outside, I'm not sure how well you can see my dark circles. But they are very dark, I think from a combination of genetics and also a lack of sleep. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you what I use. I know 5 products seems like a lot, but it's what I found really helps, and for me it's worth it not to look like I'm a zombie walking around all the time. So the first thing I use is an eye cream, and this is the Vasanti Eye Wonder cream. It's fairly expensive. I think it costs $42 here in Canada. The first time I received this was actually in a swag bag for an event I went to. And I loved it, but I didn't want to have to pay again. So I went and, or not pay again, I didn't want to have to pay the full price. So I went and got some cheaper alternatives, and I noticed within a week that my dark circles looked worse and the under eye area was really tight and kind of cakey. So as expensive as this is, I find it really works well. It's very, very thick. You can't see it very well on the camera, but it's very moisturizing and it just feels amazing. So I just take a little on my finger, pat it all in. Do you ever notice, I don't know if you guys do this, when you're doing something with your eye, your mouth opens? No matter what I'm doing, if I like eyeshadow, mascara, especially under eye cream, I always do that with my mouth. Okay, so now that that is moisturized, and it really feels like amazing under there, the next thing I use is a corrector. I used to use the Bobbi Brown creamy correctors, but I found that they were almost a little bit too thick for me, and again would sit like all in my lines under my eyes. So now instead I use the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer Treatment. Now this is the light medium, and I really only use the light. This is all they had left. We went to IMATS, and this was actually their sample one on the table, so they sold it to me at a reduced price. But so yeah, I take a little bit of that on my finger. Just place it under the eye. I don't even rub it in at that point. Okay, so now that I have that on, I have a few different brushes that I use. I really like this one here. It's dual-ended, but I like using this end. This is the Stila 33 brush. The other one I really like is the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush. Now this is supposed to be for eyeshadow, but I find it blends in very nicely, and because it is such a fluffy brush, you know, you're not doing any damage to your under eye area. So I am just going to use my mirror here to blend that in. Okay, so you can already see that that's made some difference. Now, because this has kind of a orange or salmon base to it, I don't like to just leave that under my eye because it has a bit of an orange glow. So next I use an under eye concealer. I've tried a bunch of different kinds, and they were okay. The one that I like best is definitely now the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eyes. It seems kind of thick when it comes out of the tube, but if you use the right brush, it actually thins out, and it really does conceal dark circles. So I just put a little bit that in the back of my hand, and I go in right away with my brush with this, kind of emulsify it on my hand, and then I'm just gonna pat that in at first. Now for this stuff, because it's thicker, I like to use the bigger brush. So I'm going to take this Stila brush and just lightly blend it in. Okay, so now that that's blended in, I like to set it with a powder. Now, I am a huge lover of the Benefit Powderflage under eye powder. It's kind of a light diffusing powder. It's pink. Now the only problem with this is that I just found out, you can kind of see it there, that this was discontinued. So I'm almost finished this jar and I'm kind of upset that I won't be able to grab another one. So if anybody actually has any ideas of a similar product that I could use, definitely let me know because I'm looking for something. So yeah, I just take this again on the same brush. Sometimes I'll use, I have this little mini Bare Minerals brush. So this is nice to go under the eye, but I've already put it on this thing, so I'm just gonna use that to sweep it under my eye. And this helps sets it, but also helps brighten the under eye area. I took this powder with me one time when I was doing my makeup artistry class, and the instructor tried it when she was just showing us how to like conceal under eye area, and she couldn't believe what a great powder it was. So it works really well, at least for me. So the last step for me is to brighten that area even more. And so I use usually like a highlighting pen. Now I really love the ones that Maybelline has, and L'Oreal has a really good one. Garnier has a rollerball one, which I didn't particularly love, but at the moment I'm using MAC Prep and Prime highlighting pen, and this is in Radiant Rose. Just pull the lid off of that. It's one of the ones that you twist at the bottom. So I'm just gonna twist a little bit up. And then what I like to do is do that triangle under here because that helps brighten the entire face. So I don't just put it right under my eye, I make kind of a triangle and then rub it in. So I just kind of dab it. You can see that's like just messy all over. Pick it up again. And there. So now I'm going to go back in with my Stila brush and I'm just going to blend that in. So there's one side. I wish the camera was a bit better so you could have seen a difference. Maybe I should have done one eye and left the other one the same. That might have been a smart idea. Okay, so that is all blended in. I think you can probably tell from the beginning of the video that there's a difference. You can still see there are like the bags kind of under my eyes because those things don't help with puffiness. But I think you can definitely see that the dark circles are much more concealed than they were before. And the fact that I brought that, I'm just trying to get in the light here. The fact that I brought that highlighting pen down here really helps brighten up my face. So yeah, that's my routine for covering dark circles. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye!